Have you ever had a problem that stayed with you for years? Maybe it was a relationship that always felt broken. Maybe it was your body, you wanted to lose weight, get stronger, or feel healthy, but nothing worked. Or maybe it was smoking, or drinking, or being afraid to speak up. You kept saying, "I'll change." But days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And you still didn't change. And when that happened, you probably felt upset. Maybe angry at yourself. You tried again. And failed again. But then, one day, something happened. You felt it deep inside. You said, "Not another day. Not another hour. I've had enough." And you finally made the change. That moment. That's what I call a breakthrough. A breakthrough is a moment when everything changes. It's when something that felt impossible suddenly becomes possible. It's not just a new thought, it's a moment of action. You stop thinking. You start doing. That's the moment that changes your life. Breakthroughs don't always come from planning. They don't always come from reading books or watching videos. They can happen anytime. It could be a conversation with a friend. It could be the pain of losing someone. It could be a powerful story. It could be a moment of joy or even a moment of deep frustration. For me, some of my biggest breakthroughs came when I met people who were living life at a much higher level than I was. They weren't just surviving, they were thriving. When I saw what was possible, I began to believe more was possible for me too. That's when change began. Sometimes, a new challenge forces you to grow. It's so hard that you have no choice but to change. You hit a wall and you have to break through. A breakthrough can come when you're fed up. Or it can come when you're fired up. Both emotions, anger and excitement, can help you change. Here are the 3 keys to a breakthrough. There are 3 parts to every breakthrough. They all start with the letter S. Number 1. Strategy, the how-to. This is where most people start. They think, how do I fix this? How do I lose weight? How do I make more money? How do I improve my relationship? How do I stop feeling sad or stuck? They want a strategy, a step-by-step plan. But here's the problem. Starting with strategy is a mistake. If you've never done something before, a strategy can feel scary or confusing. Even if someone shows you how to do it, you might still feel lost. Let me give you a real example. More than 70% of Americans are overweight. The group that's growing the fastest? People who are 100 pounds overweight or more. Now, is that because people don't know what to do? No. The steps to being healthy aren't some secret code. You don't need a science degree. You could probably find help within 15 minutes of where you are right now. You could even go online and find videos, books, or trainers for free. So why don't people change? Because strategy alone doesn't work. If your mind isn't ready. Example, the Atkins diet. Remember the Atkins diet? It was on the cover of Time magazine. At one point, 14% of Americans were trying it. And it worked for a little while. You ate a lot of protein. Your body got very acidic. You even had to pee on a stick to check your acid levels. Some people lost weight fast. But the plan wasn't sustainable. It didn't last. It wasn't a good strategy for the long run. So again, strategy isn't everything. You can know the steps. But if your mind tells you this won't work, you won't even try. Number 2. Story, what you tell yourself. This is where many people get stuck. We all carry a story about ourselves. A story is just a belief you keep repeating. Here's what it might sound like. I've tried everything. Nothing works. I'll never lose weight. I'll always be broke. All the good people are taken. When you tell yourself these things over and over, you start to believe them. And when you believe something, you live it. your story becomes your limit. It's not that the world is unfair. It's not that you're not smart enough. It's not that you weren't born rich. What stops you is the story you keep telling yourself. And here's the truth. That story isn't even real anymore. It's just a habit, a repeated thought. You say, "I've tried everything." But have you really? Have you tried everything with full effort? Have you tried with a new mindset? No. Most people try 2 or 3 things. They fail. And then they give up. But they keep telling themselves, "I already tried." That's not the truth. That's a story. And the wrong story can trap you. Have you ever looked for something and couldn't find it? Even though it was right in front of you? That's what a story does. Let me share a quick example from my life. When I was a kid, we were really poor. One day, I was starving and finally sat down to eat. And just as I picked up my fork, my mom said, "Go get the salt." I didn't want to move. I was hungry. I said, "I don't know where the salt is." And I really believed it. I got up, opened the cupboard, looked inside. "It's not there," I shouted. Then my dad walked right up beside me, reached out his hand, and grabbed the salt right in front of my eyes. I had literally looked straight at it. But because my mind said, "I don't know where it is," my brain didn't even see it. That's what psychologists call a scotoma, a blind spot. The wrong story blocks the right solution. You can be holding the answer in your hands and still not see it. If your story says it won't work, you might say things like, "I've done that already. That only works for rich people. I'm just not lucky. No one in my family ever did it." And that story keeps you stuck. If you want to change your life, you have to divorce the story of your limitations and marry the truth of your power. Let go of the excuses. Let go of the blame. Let go of the old chapters. You are not your past. You are the author of your future. And guess what? Some people divorce their old story, but then keep visiting it every weekend like an ex. They sit with it, talk about it, relive it. Stop that. Cut it off. And move forward. When your story changes, you'll naturally find better strategies. You'll start to think, "I've been through a lot, but I'm stronger now. I'm ready. I'm smarter. I've learned. I can figure this out. I'm going to find a way. I'll keep trying until I do." That kind of story leads to real action. With the right story, even if no one gives you the answer, you'll find your own. That's how powerful your mind is. Number 3, state. Your state controls your story. Let's talk about the final part of a breakthrough. Your state. Your state is your mood, your emotion, your level of energy. If you're in a bad state, even the best ideas will seem useless. The low state, "I don't know what to do." You know this feeling. You're lying on your couch or sitting in your room. You say things like, "Why does this keep happening? I'm so tired. I know I need to do something, but I don't feel like it." In this state, you won't get the right answers. Your brain shuts down creativity. You feel stuck. But if you change your state, everything shifts. The high state equals new story, real action. Have you ever felt totally alive? Like something clicked inside you? Maybe it was at a concert, or during a run, or after hearing a powerful story. In that moment, you felt strong, clear, and certain. That's called being in peak state. And in that state, you can change your life. You get new thoughts, new energy, new stories, and those lead to new strategies. You can control your state anytime. You're not a victim. You can change your state right now. Here's how. Move your body. Jump, dance, shake, stretch, walk fast. Change your breath. Deep breaths change your chemistry. Change your focus. Think about what you're grateful for. Say something powerful. Speak strength into yourself. Try it right now. Stand up. Stretch your arms. Smile big even if you don't feel like it. Say, "This is my moment. I am strong. I am ready." That's the power of state. If you've ever been to one of my seminars, you know, we don't sit still for hours. We move. We dance. We yell. We change our state constantly. Why? Because once your state changes, your brain starts firing on a new level. And that's when you finally say, "Now I'm ready. Let's do this." The breakthrough formula. Let's put it all together. This is the formula for real change. 1. Shift your state. 2. Tell yourself a new story. 3. Find a real strategy. But you must start with your state. If your energy is low, your story will be weak. If your story is weak, you won't even look for a strategy. Change your state, and you'll change your story. Change your story, and you'll take action. Take action, and your life will never be the same. A breakthrough is not enough. It's powerful, yes. It feels amazing. It's the moment everything starts to change. But listen closely. A breakthrough without consistency leads to disappointment. If you don't keep going, if you don't stay committed, that breakthrough turns into just another memory. And you go back to where you started. After your breakthrough, you need to build. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't just plant it and walk away, right? You water it. You protect it. You make sure it grows. Same with your breakthrough. It needs care, focus, and daily action. You don't need to do everything at once. But you do need to do something every day. Here's a simple rule. Do one thing daily that moves you forward. Just one thing. That's how confidence grows. That's how new habits form. That's how your life transforms. Write this on a paper. Today, I will do something that makes me better. Then underneath it, write what that thing is. It could be drinking more water, walking for 10 minutes, calling someone you've been avoiding, turning off your phone to focus, saying something kind to yourself in the mirror. Small steps matter. Why? Because they stack. And stacked steps become momentum. Let's be real. No one wins every day. No one feels motivated all the time. There will be bad days. Days you want to quit. Days where your old story comes back and whispers, "See? You can't do it." But here's the truth. A bad day doesn't mean a bad life. A setback doesn't mean failure. It's just a chapter, not the whole book. Bounce back faster. The real secret to success is not avoiding failure. It's learning how to bounce back fast. When you fall, don't stay down. Get up. Even if it's slow. Even if it's messy. Get up anyway. You don't have to start over. Just start again. Instead of thinking, "Why did this happen to me?" Start asking, "What is this trying to teach me? How can I grow from this? What will I do better next time?" Questions like these turn pain into power. They turn confusion into clarity. Motivation is great. It gets you started. But it's not always there. Discipline is different. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. That's how leaders are built. That's how dreams become real. That's how you stay consistent after your breakthrough. Find your why. When your why is strong enough, you'll do whatever it takes. Ask yourself, why does this matter to me? Who am I doing this for? What kind of life do I want to build? Your why becomes your anchor. When things get hard, it reminds you why you started. One more truth. You weren't meant to do this journey by yourself. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. People who push you. People who believe in the best version of you. Because guess what? We rise together. We grow faster in a strong community. Your brain is like a garden. If you don't plant good seeds, weeds will grow. So feed your mind every day with books, podcasts, powerful videos, conversations with uplifting people. Protect your energy. Guard your focus. Fuel your fire. You've now learned the 3 keys to real change. 1. State, change how you feel. 2. Story, change what you believe. 3. Strategy, find the steps to win. You've learned how to stay consistent, how to build confidence, how to get back up after setbacks, and how to keep going, even when it's hard. Let's be honest. You've faced pain. You've made mistakes. You've been let down. You've had dreams crushed. You've had nights where you cried quietly so no one could hear. Maybe you've even thought, is there something wrong with me? Why can't I just get it right? Why do I keep ending up here? Let me tell you something you need to hear. You are not broken. You are becoming. The hard times weren't here to destroy you. They were here to shape you, to grow you, to teach you strength you never knew you had. Nothing you've been through was wasted. Not the heartbreak. Not the failures. Not the silence. All of it is part of your becoming. You're not behind. You're being prepared. If you feel like life's been heavy lately, remember this. Diamonds don't form without pressure. Steel isn't made without fire. You were made for more. More strength. More meaning. More impact. You were born with purpose. It's time to rise into it. No more waiting. You've waited long enough. You've second-guessed long enough. You've played small long enough. This is the moment. This is your time. Not tomorrow. Not someday. But now. Say it with me. I am done waiting. I am no longer afraid of my power. I am ready to create the life I deserve. I don't need permission, I choose myself. This is my moment. And I will not waste it. Say it again if you have to. Say it louder. Say it until your bones believe it. You don't need to be perfect, just ready. No one starts with everything figured out. You just need to start. Start with your heart. Start with your hunger. Start with one step. Start tired. Start scared. Start uncertain. But start. And once you start, don't stop. The greatest prison is in your mind. The only thing really holding you back is what you believe about yourself. Break free from that. No one is stopping you anymore. You are the author now. Write a new chapter. One filled with courage, truth, love, and fire. You've watched this far for a reason. Something inside you is ready to wake up. Something deep is ready to fight for more. Don't ignore it. Don't walk away. This isn't just motivation. This is your reminder of who you really are, of what's possible when you stop waiting and start becoming. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. You've got everything you need inside you. Start today. Right here. Right now. Because this is your moment to shine.
Please like and subscribe for more videos.